Day 45. 45 days done, 45 more to go at the halfway point. That's crazy because I feel like I've been doing this forever. I feel like I was thinking the other day, like wow, I'm getting close to the end of this thing. It's almost over, but it's not almost over. The amount of time I've put into this is the amount of time that's coming up. So yeah, it's crazy because it's crazy how we just started the third book, Luke. So we finished the first pair, Matthew and Mark, and now we're doing the second pair, Luke and John. Matthew, Mark, now Luke and John. So yeah, and then it's I feel like today is like the theme is halfway point, half of the book's done. Even this chapter I had to split in half. It had 80 verses in it, and I always do one chapter a day, and today was the first time and the only time, hopefully, that I'm not finishing a chapter, because it's 80. There's 89 chapters in all the Gospels combined. But however, I wanted to do 90 days, round it up to a nice, whole number there. So to 90 days. So I knew I had to either preach an extra sermon or split a chapter in half. So I decided, hey, being that this is the longest chapter, let me do that. Let me split this one in half. Kind of wanted to take up the challenge of preaching an 80-verse chapter in an hour, but, decided it made more sense to do it that way for various reasons. Because this chapter is actually a pretty interesting. It is an interesting chapter, and a lot of unique stuff that's not covered in other books. So I was like, there's so many verses here. Might as well just take my time. And yeah, it's awesome how 45 days in, halfway point, and even still to this day, today, still new people coming. New people last week, new person today. And, I was talking to even one person today, and the person even said, the early church, they were being added daily. This is one of the visitors who came. And yeah, that's the whole point, like meeting daily, adding to the church daily. And that's how the early church did it. Praying that God keeps doing that. I'm thinking about all the experiences that have taken place so far, all the blessings, all the testimonies up until this point. And I'm thinking, this is only the halfway point. Imagine all the other stuff that's going to take place in the next half of this series. That's pretty exciting. Like one person, I heard somebody told me how one other person mentioned they felt like God had spared their life and continued their life so that they could be involved in this series. Man, that's an amazing thing to say. God is really, I think, doing his thing here. So I'm really looking forward to the second half of this. But it's kind of like in the chapter today, Luke chapter 1, how it said that the Holy One would be conceived and be inside of Mary. Imagine that living inside you is the Creator, is God. And I think to myself, hey, God lived in Mary. But he can live in every single one of us. He can live inside of our hearts. And if God is living in my heart, then I believe God can continue to use me in the second half of this series. And prayerfully, this second half will even be stronger and be even more of an amazing experience than the first. Looking forward to it.